Hi everyone, this is Wakesa coming to you with a spotlight on Georgia. This is a pass or fail commentary, and it was spurred by a article in a local newspaper. You tell your children, and I tell my children, and we tell our children, never, never, never give up. The question that we must ponder is, do we give up on them? Have we given up on them? When I refuse and you refuse to act to move them to a better environment, hmm, are you giving up on them? Are we giving up on them? Let's take a look at Champion newspaper, local newspaper here in Decatur, Stone Mountain, Lithonia area of Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. This is August 21st. Notice right up here, Friday, August 21st, 2009. So this is last Friday. Check it out. Steen Miles wrote this column. Now, Steen Miles is a retired journalist and a former Georgia state senator. She knows what she's talking about. Let's see what she has to say. According to a national report released recently, Georgia's high school graduation rate reached a crisis level. We are among 17 states with the lowest overall graduation rates in the country based on data from 2005-2006 school year. She continues, sadly, we produce 70% of the nation's dropouts. Y'all get that? That is, Georgia produces 70% of the nation's dropouts. Now we're talking about Georgia, but this could be anywhere. Let's keep going. There's a direct correlation, she says, to the dropout rate and the crime and poverty. Georgia also ranks among the top states nationally in its incarceration rate. The report says most of the schools with the lowest graduation rates served mostly poor and minority students, African American and Hispanic. Many minority students, she continues, come to the educational system ready and eager to learn. Given similar circumstances, brain matter, parental involvement, challenging curriculum, these students do well. At about the 7th and 8th grade, something happens. In addition to the hormonal changes of adolescence, social factors and cultural nuances tend to aggravate the situation and have a more devastating effect on minorities. Now, I'm going to stop it here because this is an article about education, and she just left out a factor here, and that's social factors, okay? That is, what happens in the school? What happens in that socialization rubric? How is it structured so that at 7th and 8th grade, that light that you saw in your children's eyes begin to dull? That joy begins to turn to scare, that then mutates into showing up like anger or disinterest, don't care. She says, one thing is certain. If we keep employing the same tactics, we're going to keep getting the same results. What has to happen for certain is that the playing field, particularly in our publicly supported places of learning, has to be level. Well, just behind the news clip piece there, you have a sign from foreclosure rates. Has to be level, she says. But outside of school, the playing field is nowhere close to level. There's not even an attempt to make it so. The foreclosure rate in the black communities is gargantuan. The discrepancies in Cleveland, Ohio, the Atlanta metro area, all around, it's just disproportional. So she's saying it has to be level. Has to be, she says. Well, question, how long will it take? And what will happen to your child while they make has to be a reality? Folks, I want you to understand that you are in charge. You are your child's first educator. Even when you enlist the services of others, whether they're public or private, you are always the director of their education. Even when you're not teaching them specific subject specifically, you choose, you direct their education. Remember those stories of our ancestors who couldn't read? Who could not read, and still they directed our education so that we could learn to read, so that we could earn diplomas and degrees and awards. They couldn't read, they couldn't teach us, but they never gave up on being the director of our learning. Remember the stories of our ancestors' sacrifices. pinching pennies and washing floors and doing whatever was necessary so that we could get a good education and do better in life. Y'all remember that? If you don't remember it from your life and your grandparents, read some of those stories. It's tremendous what our people did to get us here. Sacrifice after sacrifice. Why then have we chosen surrender instead of sacrifice? I'm going to repeat that. Why have we chosen surrender instead of sacrifice? Why schooling over real education? I want you to take a stand for your child's and your family's future. I want you to choose real education. I want you to choose Higher Education Institute. That's right, this is excellence. Choose high nurturing, choose high culture. Our school starts on September 8th. We want you to join us today. Check it out. Even if your child is in another program, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to check it out. Only 16 days left before our school starts. Check out, go here and check out our courses for 2009-2010. Check out our math courses, our science courses, our social studies courses, our language arts courses. All of these courses are created for us, by us, so that we in fact can walk in the path of our ancestors. So that we can walk in the path of our ancestors. And that is stressing academic excellence, high nurturing, and high culture. This is Wakesa for our Educational Institute. Take care.